or anything like that. Anything can be turned into a weapon. So it's a very frightening attack, I think, and my heart goes out to the people who've lost their lives and their families tonight. However, the timing, again, is interesting. It's very symbolic. It is Bastille Day, Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité. And it's interesting that only 2 days ago, the head of the DGSI, the French security service, went on the record, apparently in the media, saying that France is a tinderbox. Any new attack, or even a Cologne-style sex attack on women in France, could kick off something akin to a civil war. So it's very frightening times, I think.
What do you think will be the authorities' reaction to this? What more can they do?
That's a very good question. I mean, obviously, they were just about to rescind the emergency powers, which I was talking about earlier today, and now they're going to have to keep them going. What more can they do? At the moment, we have an endemic surveillance state across the West. There's no doubt about it. I mean, that all came out with the Snowden inquiry. And time after time after time, we've seen with these lone wolf attacks using low-tech weapons, be it knives or cleavers or lorries or whatever, that most of the people who have been committing these crimes have already been on the radar of the intelligence agencies in Canada or America or Denmark or France or Belgium or UK, wherever. They are known already. And what seems to be the overarching lesson from this is that because the technology is there, and because the NSA and GCHQ, the two main Anglo-Saxon spy agencies, can grab all this information, but they are drowning in a tsunami of information, and they're not targeting the right people, or they're not using their resources correctly in targeting the right people who are known to be threats. We've seen this time and time again.
I mean, we've seen, Annie, just a story tonight, in fact, that victims and the families of victims from the Paris attacks in last November are now suing the government, believing that they could have done more. Is there a danger that the government will now find themselves sort of in the firing line of the public too?
I think there is, yes. There might well be a backlash to this continuing Emergency Powers Act. I mean, that means that nobody has any civil liberties in France. But yes, in terms of the government not doing its job, the protecting national security, if they have the information coming in, if these people who are committing these atrocities are indeed known to the spies, why on earth are they not being prosecuted? Why on earth are they not being stopped? Why on earth are they not being, taken in front of a trial judge and put in prison? That is what intelligence agencies are supposed to do. They're supposed to get the preemptive intelligence to...
I mean, it's a good question. Why don't they?
Because they're drowning in a tsunami of information coming out of this bulk data hacking surveillance thing, which they've been doing, and we know they've been doing since Snowden came out and gave us all the proof. They've been doing this